Welcome to the Pish Tosh podcast with Emma Red March Rose.
Thank you for listening as I share my interviews with students of the performing arts.
Hey, you want to hear some facts about a group or a team or some one-man acts? Things like leprechaun, cereal, all kinds of other weekly new material, how gingers are inferior, and strategies to fix your brain's interior. Things like pogo sticks, politics, heretics, lucky tricks, topic picks, and ass kicks. An awkward middle name guessing game. Enjoy the show, I'm glad you came. We're striving, conniving, surviving, and high-fiving. We're talking wins and losses. We're feeling like we're bosses. Better buckle up, be cautious, because this might just make you feel solace, or thoughtless, or flawless, or nauseous. A relief for the typecast, a remedy for the overcast, a reward for the steadfast. This is the Pish Tosh Podcast.
Today's guest is Kelly McCoy. Kelly and I were in our conservatory levels 1 and 2 together, and Kelly is an actress, improviser, writer, stand-up comedian, and great bubblegum enthusiast. Her words, I love that. I hope you guys enjoy Kelly McCoy.
Scotch.
Red leather, yellow leather. Certain names. Okay. I am here with Kelly McCoy. Oh. We almost lost the phone there. We're
It's
live.
safe. I've never done a podcast before.
Well,
Thank you
the
for
thing you need to
popping
know
my
about-
podcast.
Oh,
Carrie.
God. We're there immediately.
Wink.
Oh, my God.
Don't waste time.
Oh, Kelly's taking her shirt off as well.
I did.
Oh, my God. This is fun. Podcast After Dark. Yes. Kelly McCoy. Is it Kellyanne McCoy?
No,
I usually guess middle names.
not even close.
Oh, damn it.
Kind of close. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
In
the
it's
genre?
one of the 3 names of English royalty.
Kelly Elizabeth McCoy.
There you go.
Oh, no way! Oh, my God. That's like the fastest
So
I've
is
done
it
that
like
in a while.
Anne Elizabeth Catherine? Well, with a hit like that. There's
Yeah,
like
hell
3.
yeah. Shh, that was the
3, 4
perfect
names.
guess. Diane, that would be it. I'd be out of guesses at that point.
Victoria.
Damn
Catherine.
it. Oh, there are. There's good ones. Oh, man. I feel like all the other ones I would lame.
They are.
Lame names.
Lame names.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, let me jump in here before I was just telling Kelly listeners that I feel like I've slept recently and I don't think I have, so it's got me in some sort of twilight funk. But it's just late afternoon.
Twilight Funk sounds like an amazing jazz song.
It does. Oh, that's already a Careless Whisper. Never mind. That's close. So Kelly and I are in the conservatory program. We're now in level 2. We went through entire level 1. It's been fantastic.
We have an audition coming up.
We have a how could you even remind me? I wasn't even thinking of it.
When people get too comfortable, I like to make them anxious again.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm a little concerned about it. How do you feel it coming up and such?
I don't think about things until they're upon me.
That's right. We're talking about this. I'm so jealous of this mindset. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful way
I don't
procrastination
take things
benefits you.
seriously until
you have to.
until I have to.
That's what I like. Oh, life is so serious anyways. And it's like, what is all that worrying going to do? Even
It
like,
doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change anything. Because I guarantee, and by I guarantee, I mean, who fucking knows? But I guess, I'm going to guesstimate, that we're all like, some of us will be panicked up until the day starting weeks ago. Me. Some of us will be able to like chill and be cool people like you until the day of.
Yep.
Either way, we probably will not have our monologues, both our types of people, until like 2 days before. Either way.
I actually
I'm
wrote
just gonna
mine yesterday.
Oh, fuck you then. God damn it.
I will
Never
tweak
mind.
it to no end before
I
that.
quit this podcast.
The reason I'm able to stay very low anxiety is because there are things you can do and things you can't. You do the things you can do and don't worry about the things you can't.
That makes so much sense.
Honestly, I was just out of TV shows to watch and I
Really?
had nothing to do yesterday.
Oh my God, I should have did that instead of, I've started this thing called Pilot Season 2020.
What?
And I'm just making a list and I'm just watching as many pilots as I can. It's
That's such a good
excruciating.
idea, though.
It is. I've gotten a
You
lot
get a
of,
feel for everything,
yes.
especially in this like area.
Absolutely.
Because honestly, all the
so
shows they
much.
shoot here, I haven't watched a damn one.
And I've been on them. You mean in Chicago?
Like
Or-
Chicago Med, PD
Yeah,
Fire.
I've been on these shows and I've not watched them. I'm so terrible. Oh my gosh. I need to.
I'm gonna like
Oh.
walk into Claire Simon casting and be like, "Hi, I love your work."
Oh my
Wait,
God.
what the fuck is your work?
That's how I feel too. They're just like, you're not supposed to talk to the actors. I'm just like, that's an actor? I'm like, shit. Oh man, no, they're very famous. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Famous. Very exciting
Yeah,
celebrities.
yes, of course.
That's awesome.
Big names.
Yes. Kelly McCoy. Kelly
Yes,
Elizabeth.
rolls-
Is Kelly short for anything?
No. Calandra is
Oh, what would you do for a Calandra?
no. Let's see. I've had many discussions with my parents over the origin of that name, and
Ooh.
they don't take shit seriously either. They're like, "Oh yeah, we named you after Kelly Bundy."
Oh my God.
No, they didn't.
Great. So your parents have a sense of humor.
Oh sure.
That's awesome. Do you feel like that's where you started it from?
No, I didn't know they were funny until I was older.
Oh, did they tell a lot of dirty jokes? Went over your head?
Oh, no, they just weren't funny until they were like, "Oh, you're an adult now. We're gonna be funny."
Man, that's like how my mom is. She's like dresses
Or I
really
just
well and
didn't
is
notice.
like stylish.
Yeah.
Now and like when I was a mom, or when I was a mom,
Oh,
when she
back
was
in
a
the
mom.
day.
Yeah, over 5 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Ew. No, I don't know what that means. Sorry. No. When she was a mom, my mom, she's still my mom. Anyway, when I
Not
was
anymore.
a child, I'm so
She gave that
confused.
up.
Yes, but she like. I feel like when I turned 18, she like gave up looking like a mom, and now she like dresses better than me, and I'm like,
God.
damn it.
Honestly, I only dress like this. I don't shop, but my birthday's in
Same.
June, so every 6 months, my mom replenishes my clothes. Birthday,
That's
Christmas.
perfect.
And obviously, she doesn't know what I like, so she just buys what's on the mannequin.
Nice. So I bet you just have like mannequin doppelgangers in various
do.
stores that your mom goes to.
That makes so much sense because all of these people are constantly telling me like, "You look so familiar," and I'm like, "Nope, never seen. I'm just a basic white girl."
Have you been to Sears?
You've seen me there.
Yes. Oh my God, that's awesome. I'm in the young ladies section. Yay high. Yay high. Today tall and high. And it came
Yay
out.
tie.
Yay tie.
Yeah, I can't pull that off. What am I, Diane Keaton?
Get it.
Avril Lavigne.
Right. Oh my God. So now that we know you're not a mannequin though.
No,
Okay.
I'm not an automaton either.
Whoa.
For any Doctor Who fans out there.
Oh, hell yeah. You are a Doctor Who fan, correct?
Oh, of course.
I feel like I remember you bringing that up. And
Yeah.
I feel like you remember you wearing something.
Wearing
Doctor Who-esque. Maybe not.
Possibly.
Who's it? No. So when was the first time you watched Doctor Who? This is not my line of questioning. I'm just curious.
College. 2012 maybe. I had
There's a before and after for Doctor Who fans. I haven't gotten to the after
2012
yet,
maybe.
but one day I'm gonna cross over and I'm gonna spend like 2 weeks watching every episode.
No, I had a very nerdy roommate sophomore year of college.
gotta.
And then by junior year, she had convinced me. I started watching the old episodes on
Ooh.
Amazon Prime.
The black and white ones?
Yeah, so I watched all of the available ones and worked my way up to the new ones. And
Nice.
I did see like the last 5 minutes of a David Tennant episode that
Ooh.
put me over the edge and had me start watching the old black and white ones though. So I guess technically
There was
I
a
first saw
little
Waters of Mars.
flip-flopping in the beginning,
Yeah.
but then you were hardcore, like trucking through.
Yeah, I
I'm
watched
such
that and I was
have
like,
to-
oh damn, I'm in.
Yes, and I have to like absorb them. I have to do my best to do it in order. Like it drives me
Oh,
crazy to
same.
watch things out of order, even
Same.
if they're not cereal.
And
Like I
I
just want to
can't,
know.
and like I have to finish things. Like
Yes.
if I'm going to a dinner, I have to be there at 6, and I can't start watching something and then turn it off and go. Like I have to time it out to where it's finished before I leave,
no.
or I don't watch it at all.
Damn, that makes life hard. No wonder you're out of shows.
I do
You're
so
like,
much
yes,
planning.
I bet that's awesome. Oh man.
So yeah, I'm pretty hardcore about
Yeah,
the shows,
definitely.
the stories.
Your stories. Do you have a favorite streaming network? Again, not my line of questioning. I'm just so curious now.
God, I don't know. I go back and forth depending on what I'm interested in.
Nice.
It depends.
I go back and forth depending on what I can afford. Also, that was a burp
oh
for our
well,
listeners.
I've got.
In case anyone's wondering.
Oh, I've got a system. No, I have the Netflix. My friend Lindsay has the Hulu. No commercials. My friend
Nice.
Mary has the Amazon Prime, and we all just share.
Oh, what a beautiful world. If we could
Oh, and my
have a
brother-in-law
hippie
just got
commune.
Disney Plus, and they use my Netflix, so
Oh,
bam.
there you go.
I'm
God,
set.
that sounds amazing. Disney Plus is what I really want. I think you were saying you were watching some of the old Disney movies that we
yeah.
watched as like preteens.
Yeah.
That era of movies.
Oh, I still love them.
Was it Stargirl? What's it called?
No, Xenon.
Xenon. Supernova Girl.
Xenon. Yeah.
Yes.
Micro, Protozoa.
What the
boom,
fuck?
boom, boom. Make my heart
Go.
Wait, I fucked that up.
That must Supernova
Girl.
Yes, that was perfect though. Oh my God, that was like blast from the past.
Oh yeah.
Oh, speaking from a blast from the past, or however that sentence is,
Mm-hmm.
it's my Twilight Funk. That's what I'm gonna blame all my misspeakings on.
God, that just sounds like such a.
Twilight Funk you up.
Yes.
Twilight Funk you up. Oh, good times. I guess myself, I'm so trippy. What does it say? I don't know. It doesn't matter. So smooth than a
about
fresh
Michelle
jar.
Pfeiffer.
Skippy.
Skippy.
Yeah.
Something about Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer and peanut butter? Yeah, something. Oh, fantasies. Okay, what I was gonna ask was, what was your first experience with performing?
Performing. Oh,
Your performative
well.
years. Those are my performative years.
I'm not sure if it counts, but I could read before I got to kindergarten.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I was just, I don't know, on top of that section of
That's-
schoolwork.
oh, I love reading.
But I got to kindergarten, and I went to a Catholic school.
Oh, fun.
So each class,
Do you have little uniforms?
certain week. Oh, God, yes.
Oh, I went to the
I
schools
won't
with
wear
little
blue and navy
uniforms.
to this day
No,
because that
you
was
can't.
like 9 years of that.
I'm wearing khaki right now, and I feel like kind of gross about it. But these pants were literally $1.
Oh, well, you can't pass that up.
Exactly. And so now I wear them. But yeah, no, I feel the same way. Those uniforms,
So
man.
what is it? Petitions. Like during mass, each class would have a turn to go up and read petitions. And since I was the only kindergartner that could read, they made me do that all the time. So
my
I was like, oh, look at me in front of the entire school reading.
I love that.
And then they also put me in the school plays because, again, I was the only kid that could read and learn the lines. Sorry.
That's perfect. Reading
So,
changes lives.
It does.
Oh my gosh.
Reading
Whole
Rainbow, that was
trajectory.
my fave show.
Take a look.
burn.
Yes, in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, so
I can go anywhere.
I guess I was thrust into performing because I could read.
Goddamn reading. It comes through for us again.
I know.
Man,
It
I
saves
don't
lives.
think I could drive if I couldn't read, honestly.
Prindle?
Prindle?
The the letters on the
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't even know what they mean. Prindle? I was like, no, drive. Prindle. That's hilarious. Yes, I wouldn't know. I'd be so confused.
Yeah.
I'd be so confused. Thank God for the lighting systems. No, I'm pretty sure people can drive that can't read. There's programs or whatever for that.
There's
literacy
gotta be.
programs. And people, yeah. But if you can read, it's cool. If you have trouble reading, contact me, Emma Rose. I am Emma206@yahoo.com. Email me.
Oh, yeah,
I
do
really
it.
did used to work for the volunteer for the
Oh, that's
Literacy
cool.
Council. I'm serious. I'll help you. If you're listening to this, that's a good sign that you can't read. So, because if you could, you'd be reading something more interesting.
I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks lately.
I love
because the
audiobooks.
Chicago Public Library has so many.
Oh my God, you're free.
And if you're driving somewhere, it's going to take like a half hour to get there. Why not chunk a book?
Same. I do it on the train. I do it on the train.
Oh, I love it. I just finished Hannibal.
Oh my God, how was it? Was it Thomas? It starts with an H.
Harris.
Yes, Thomas Harris.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck
I'm
yeah.
a huge fan of the show, so it's
Oh my
interesting
gosh.
seeing where they got little bits and pieces of the dialogue from.
I've not seen the show.
It's probably my top 5 favorites ever.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be my next pilot,
Oh,
and
that's
that's
amazing.
what I'm scared of. Luckily, as good as some of the shows I've watched have been, I've been able to like move on to another pilot, but I feel like I'm gonna get stuck on that. I'm gonna
You
watch
would
them
get
all.
stuck on it.
I can't wait.
It's a Brian Fuller. If you're familiar with Brian
Thank you.
Fuller, he's like my favorite person ever.
I
But
bet
he
if I
did
did
Pushing Daisies.
Oh, yep.
Dead Like
there
Me.
he is. Yes, yes, yes.
Wonder Falls,
Oh my
which not a lot of people
gosh.
know.
I'm gonna have to look up Wonder Falls now too, because I love the other two.
Oh yeah,
my gosh.
That's harder to find. I actually have it on DVD if you want to borrow it.
Yes. Oh, I would love to.
There's only one season, but it has Lee Pace and Carolyn Daverness.
Oh my gosh.
All the people he uses normally, but it's so good.
Right. Super weird cross around. Pushing Daisies was narrated by Jim Dale.
Yeah.
And he just narrated.
Oh yeah, he does so many audiobooks.
Yeah, I just wish the Boy with the Cuckoo Clock Heart. He did all the Harry Potters. Are you getting into some of the author or the narrators? I am getting so
I'm
into
actually
some of them.
very excited. I'm a big Crazy Ex-Girlfriend fan, so
Me too! Oh my god.
Santina Fontana
Beautiful.
reads the audiobook for You, like the Netflix show You.
Oh my god.
So I'm on the waiting list for that. It should be coming in within the next week or so, and I'm very excited to hear him read it.
I cannot wait to re-listen to this podcast and just write all of this down, because that is like all right up my alley. I just
perfect.
watched the pilot of You, and I was like, that's great. And then it got me thinking a little bit though when I watched You, the first episode. And I was thinking,
not good thoughts, clearly.
no, obviously
dark
not.
thoughts.
Dark thoughts. With Valentine's right around the corner.
Oh god.
No, but I was thinking,
Please don't kill someone.
I don't want to. I don't want.
Well, he didn't want to either.
Right. Sometimes life situations.
Sometimes it just happens, and you need to.
Step in it. That's right. Actually, maybe we shouldn't go down that road, as it is a recorded podcast.
I'm already being tracked by now for sure.
I was thinking that too.
You know how many times I've texted my friends, wonder how you make a bomb or something.
Yes, and you know how I feel about that as well. I'm like, hey, if I'm a danger to society, come get me.
Right.
You guys know what I'm doing. You know everything I say.
Knock on my
do.
door and realize, oh, you're just writing short stories. That's why you were Googling how to hide a body the best way.
Absolutely. That's awesome. It's porn again, Emma? It's just porn? I'm like, yeah. Got you again. Go back to your CIA door and walk through it. What an insult. Oh my gosh.
They're like, it's one of those revolving doors.
Yeah, toilet head. It sounds like I'm in kindergarten myself. Oh man. I can't remember I don't think I was reading in kindergarten, that's for sure. I think I was learning my ABCs, honestly. I was homeschooled, and the reason I say that is because when I was not in schools, we didn't do grades. So people would ask me, when I would see adults, they'd be like, hey, little child, what grade are you in? And if my mom wasn't there, if she was there, I'd stare at her, and I'd be like, this one's for you, Mom. You're the one who wanted to homeschool us. I don't fucking know. But if she wasn't
I'm just going to field that question to my colleague.
Exactly. I'll have my people call your people about what grade I'm supposed to be in. But sometimes I'd just be like, I'm 8. I mean 9. I mean 8. Mom? But, I wouldn't even know how to answer it. So I don't know. But I did go to school for short amounts of times in there. And kindergarten was one of the few months I went into kindergarten. And I remember learning the ABCs. That's so bizarre. God, life is weird to think about kindergarten now.
I know.
20 years ago.
I remember you used to get stickers for taking a nap. But I was not the kind of child that needed I was a hyper child. So
I was not the child that needed
But
a nap.
I wanted that sticker. So damn if I didn't start my acting career by pretending to sleep every nap time. So I could earn that fucking sticker.
Oh my god, that's where it began.
That's where it started.
Yes. Oh my god. Is this church school still in existence?
It closed down. It merged with 2 other Catholic schools.
It was absorbed.
It was
It's the holy trinity of schools.
It's a rat king of schools.
The rat king of schools. That's great. Oh my gosh. So, did you do any more in elementary school?
Sure.
Sure. I'm excited.
It was all school stuff like Anne of Green Gables. My crowning achievement though, 8th grade. There were no boys in drama club they thought were good enough for the lead, so they made me Captain Galabo, the pirate of A Pirate's Christmas Treasure.
Pirate's Christmas Treasure. The one and only.
And legit, the greatest praise I ever received was one of my best friends, her grandparents, who had known me since 1st grade. They asked her after the show, who's that boy playing the lead?
Oh my god!
And I was like, nailed it!
Yes! Who was that lizard creature that played King? Oh my gosh!
How convincing with that little dabs of paint that made it look like I hadn't shaved in a day.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh. So this is like in your blood.
Oh,
which
sure.
makes sense, really. Like, see, like in class and everything, you gotta feel for the, like, I feel like the comedy, of course, is there. Everybody in this class, man, they have me
everyone's
in pain,
so
laughing
funny.
so hard. They're
Yes.
so funny. Oh my God. Like, I feel like I see you
my
guys and I
eyes
laugh.
water, like tears streaming laughter.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes, sometimes. See, that's where it comes back to you. Because I'm like, I could watch you guys all day. And in class, it sounds like on a TV show. But then I'm just like, but you guys are really funny. What are you guys doing after this? No, I'm just kidding. No, I promise. Probably not. But so definitely the comedy is there for all of us. But I feel like you definitely have the acting. Like, I almost feel like you've got that support system when you act, and I feel like we can feel it. Like, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but you know, I feel like you've got it. I've been able to feel your theater background.
Oh, that you should ask first. Consent.
Thank you. I was like, did I say that without being creepy? No, I failed again. I'm so bad at not being creepy. Oh my God. I did something about you last week. What was it? I don't remember. Oh, I said something. It was so awful when we were getting ready to leave. Right as we were walking out, he said something like, something, and I said, I will for a kiss, or something like that. And I was like, of course I'm doing. And I said it in the most ridiculous voice. And
You sounded like the Count from Sesame Street for a second.
One kiss. I can't do it without joking. And as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like,
Can't do it without choking. Title of your sex tape.
oh, yes! Oh, well, we can't change it now. It's already, I'm just kidding. It's already in post-production. No. So it's a whole team on there. No, but I felt so bad because I was like, this is sexism right here. Oh my God. If any guy were to do that to a fellow student, even though of course I'm joking, I'm like, it would be so, I'm like, thank God I'm in comedy school and not in like doctor school. Jesus. Or like human resources school.
Doctor school.
Where all those doctors go and laugh all day. Like we do.
I mean, from my understanding, it's just having sex in a supply closet.
That's right. We also have a severe shortage of beds. Oh my God. Oh God, I love Scrubs.
Oh,
when we talked about that, we were quoting some stuff. Oh my
I love
God. That friendship, the relationships that are like represented in that show.
I know.
They broke my heart. And the soundtracks.
Oh
my gosh.
The rabies episode when How to Save a Life started playing. Oh,
I know.
That doesn't hit you.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the episode where Oh Sinnerman played? Oh Sinnerman.
Of course I know Nina Simone. What episode was that, though?
Running. He was running to catch that woman.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
He was like, oh my God.
See how that like auditory connection that you make, like you hear a song and it takes you back to certain shows or times.
It went right through my ear. For our listeners, I'm pointing this out. Then down through my face and into my heart.
Oh.
Yeah. And there it stays. That's where my memories are.
In your heart.
My heart's brain.
In your neurologically neurologically inclined
my
heart.
neurological artery. So actually, I was. It's not on the tip of my tongue, and I've found that even if things are, they don't always come outside. There it goes. No, it's gone. But it's something about. I read recently that like your heart is where your. Never mind. It was beautiful and profound. Do you know I do a reference section in corrections?
I did. I listened to your episode with Raj.
Oh, thank you. Nice. That's wonderful. Gosh, it was great having him on as well. Okay, so in middle school, 8th grade is middle school? 8th grade is high school.
6th, 7th, 8th.
6th, 7th, of course.
Yeah, and then high school in 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Do other places do it differently? Because I've heard like
Sometimes.
10, 11, 12 is just high. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well,
it's weird.
in Kentucky.
The K through 8th ones are popping up too, more and more.
My school was K through 8.
Oh, yours was K through 8. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, and then you switched in the 9th, 10th, 11th,
Yeah.
12th. Okay, cool. Nice. So is
And
it
that's how
Catholic K
they
through 8?
all are in Louisville, to my understanding.
Oh, wow. So
Like,
it's
there
not
were a
separate
couple
elementary?
just middle schools that were 6th, 7th, and 8th, but it was all... It's a mostly Catholic school town.
Oh, yes. Awesome. I've been to, I don't know if I actually went to Catholic schools. I went to very, very strict Baptist schools, which were similar, but then I also went to very lax Baptist schools.
I would not call mine strict.
Yeah, so maybe it was similar. We had we had the uniforms. We had, went to somewhere we had ties even.
Ugh.
They were hideous. The girls had to wear them too. And we couldn't say gosh or goodness because that was too close. That was too close to Black
God.
Baby.
No.
And we were bad.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nope. I must have
the
went to
rougher
a very
one.
lax Catholic school.
This one was rough.
Yeah, nobody cared.
Thank God. Oh yeah, I remember I was out on the Kelly. I was singing Kelly Clarkson. That's why I pointed at you. Back when I was a child, going to the school or whatever, on the playground by myself. So that's what I would do. I would swing on a swing and I would sing songs quietly to myself because I didn't know how to make friends. So I'd be like, because of you. And one girl that didn't like me, like went immediately to our teacher who was also her mother, and was like, Emma's singing secular songs on the playground. And I got in trouble. And I was like, I'm singing Kelly friggin' Clarkson. Of course, I didn't even say friggin'. I was probably like Tootin' Clarkson. They're like, straight to detention.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
that one
God.
was a more strict one.
Oh, gee.
I made it out.
Oh, well, yeah, I definitely didn't go to a strict one because for the 7th grade talent show, they let me and my friend sing Love Shack.
Oh my God, yes!
Which we did not even realize
That's
at the
kind of
time.
Catholic school that I want to send my kids to. That's awesome.
Like, this went through several people. They knew
Oh my
exactly what we were doing. We
gosh.
didn't just show up and do this song.
Oh
Like,
my
they
God.
knew.
It makes me think of like Love Shack. I feel like is one of those songs that reminds me of like Afternoon Delight song,
yeah.
where it's like you don't realize just how dirty
Exactly.
it is until you hear the lyrics. Like I would love to see everybody's face.
Oh, God. Like, a few years
Oh my
later, I was listening
God.
to it and was like,
How did you get away with
why
that?
did they let us do this?
Oh my God. Oh, that's insane. Oh, so did you, what was your experience right out of high school with the theater and acting?
Oh God, I auditioned for one thing in college and was totally shut down because
Oh, no.
because it was like a musical, and I did a musical in high school, and like I have a good voice, but it's not like professional good.
Oh my gosh, I'm so terrified of musical. I've never done one. I'm so scared to do one, and that makes me want to do one. But it terrifies me to no end. I applaud you for doing it in high school.
Yeah,
Gosh.
we were trying to branch out and do something different, and
That's
you know,
awesome.
we were all pretty good singers. Obviously not great. We were good.
No, not obviously. That's awesome.
But
yeah.
God, the week we had to do that play, the flu went around.
Oh,
that was one of the
no.
2 times in my life I've had the flu. So I was up there on stage belting my heart out and trying not to throw up as I sang.
God. Like that's even Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So that was a fun weekend.
Oh God. See, that's kind of a win-win though, because then if it happens, then you have a good story. If it doesn't happen, you've
true.
overcome something.
That's true.
So
It's a huge
congratulations.
accomplishment.
Yes, for not throwing up.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, so did that kind of scare you? What were you in college for?
I went for psychology.
No
And
way.
Yeah, I got a master's in psychology.
No way.
So I finished my undergraduate in 3 years. I had to choose really quickly because I went in with so many credits that I was already kind of halfway through freshman year.
Straight out of high school? Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah, so my second semester in college, I had to figure out my major, so I just took a bunch of classes and was like, I'll do the one I like the most.
Yeah.
So I fell into it really quickly, and I probably should have taken more time.
This is so funny. No, I did my bachelor's in psychology.
Oh yeah,
And
I love it. I
love
don't regret it.
Oh, same. No.
I chose it because I knew I was afraid to live in a box because I wanted to do theater, and I was like, but I want to be
Have
able
a
to
life.
have a job
Yes.
that I could do if that didn't work out. So
That's a
that was
great
kind of like my
perspective.
backup plan.
Yes, I feel like you are very organized and like here and achieving since from a
Oh.
very young age. Before you could even start kindergarten, you were reading and shit.
It's like an
Yeah.
illusion, I think, because I didn't really have to work. I was naturally all right at things, so I didn't have to work hard at anything. And now when you actually have to put in the work and do stuff, I'm
Oh, you're
such
not
a
used
lazy
to it.
procrastinator,
Oh,
and I'm
it's-
not used to it at all.
It's hard, man. Motivation in all like respects is
Yeah,
like one of the
that's
things I
my
struggle
biggest
with.
problem.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know it's my problem, and I'm trying to
Absolutely.
overcome it every day.
Yes. It's funny, like my sisters both have children, and a good friend of mine has 2 small children, and they'll talk about things that their kids will do, and I'm talking some of them are as young as 2, and I will hear my own narrative in what they're saying. They'll just be like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense that she does it, and she does it all day long, and then it just makes a big mess, and then I'm like, well, what did you expect to happen? And I'm like, oh my God, that's my life. Like, why aren't I doing this thing? Like what you were just saying, and it made so much sense. You were like, And of course now it's gone because my brain works in all the ways that are not super adaptive for like functioning in a forward momentum.
Oh, but if we slipped into some kind of dystopian society, I'm sure
I
you'd
would
be the queen.
the ruler. Exactly. Imagine it. And I would rule that land. But here, it's like I'm just holding on to the side of the boat, just trying not to drown in a good way. So.
Oh god, I'm just sitting in the boat looking around like, what the fuck do I do?
Hell yeah! You're like, I'm glad I'm in the
I'm not
boat.
gonna row, that's your job, peasant.
I was born in this boat, I'll die in this boat. Yes. Oh my god. That's great. So I am blown away that you got your master's in psych. That's so impressive and awesome.
Also happened very quickly.
Well, am I rude to ask you how old you were when you got your master's degree? Because you're very young now.
22?
Cheese and beans.
Well, I finished undergrad in 3 years and then immediately went into the program.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because it was a week after submissions were due for the master's program, and I was like, I don't know what to do next. I guess I'll do this. So I just went and talked to the guy. We shook hands, and he was like, "You're in."
And he said, "What?"
Well,
I'm like, wow, mister.
And then I was like,
Find me a
only if
drink
you get me in the program.
We went there. I love it. Oh my god.
And a couple nights later, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I'm like a year or two late, but congratulations on getting your master's.
Thanks.
I did the
A year or two.
bachelor's.
You're too kind.
Pish, Tosh. I did the bachelor's in psych. I loved it. I did it for similar reasons, because I enjoyed it. It was interesting to me, and I wasn't really, well, I needed to get to do the library science master's. I needed a bachelor's degree, which was interesting.
So you may as well do what interests you the most, right?
Right. That was my advice, and I was like, okay, I'm taking that. That's the best. Because they were like, some people that do library stuff do X, Y, and Z, and they're like, but just do what you want to do because you'll stick with it. And that worked. And also, I hate math. And my statistics teacher in psychology.
Ooh,
he laughed in all of our faces like a villain. He was like, I bet you guys are all here because you hate math. And like together, we're all like, yes, sir. Please don't make us numbers. And then he's just like, fuck you! Like that's not how that went down. That was a dramatized version. Half the class failed. It was the only class I ever made a C in. But anyway, I loved psychology, other than this damn stats class.
Oh, I did statistics during a summer course.
Oh,
so I had it all condensed into 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And at the same time did psychometrics.
I would have had a mental breakdown. Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
It was a hot mess, but luckily that's pretty much all I was doing at the time, so I could focus on it.
And so, hey, you're from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes.
That makes me very
Land
happy.
of bourbon, horses, and nothing else. Baseball bats.
Pig farms.
Huh?
I don't know.
There's a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
It smells on certain days.
Oh, we actually stopped at it. I actually stopped at it when I was in Louisville.
What?
Why? This is a really weird story. I'm so sorry. It all happened very strangely. So my boyfriend and I were on our way to North Carolina, and we went to Louisville on our way because he has friends there. And we had a great time. And on our way into the city, we pulled over to have a cigarette. Ew. But so I get out of the car, and I go, well, what's that smell? And then I put the cigarette in my mouth, and I go, what's that noise? And then I light the cigarette, and I look over, and I go, what's that building? And then I realized that I've been listening for like a full minute to them slaughtering the pigs. And it's like, I didn't put all the sounds and smells and noises and sights together until it was too late. And my boyfriend came around the car, and I'm just standing there with like a cigarette in my mouth, and I'm listening to like,
oh god.
And I was just like, and I just dropped the cigarette. I got back in the car, and I was just weeping.
Oh my god.
For
what a terrible place to start. It's
miles.
right off the interstate.
I'm so sorry.
Too.
Like to even that's my Louisville story, and I'm gonna say it wrong every time.
Louisville. You're not
Damn
doing
it.
it right. No one does. Just give up.
My mouth is too strict to allow it.
You make a bowl with your tongue.
Ooh, I wish the listeners could see it. It reminds me of Free Willy.
Louisville.
Louisville. Oh, I saw my own tongue.
Louisville.
Louisville.
You're closer to it.
That's great. Oh my gosh. So I think that's neat. And so when did you move straight from Louisville to here in Chicago?
What's today? The 6th?
Oh, it's the 6th.
In 2 days? 1 year.
No way! So you moved like during the polar vortex?
No, right after.
Oh my
a few days after. I had
Whoa.
the keys on before the 1st, but I was like,
wow.
Oh, that's cold. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'll just wait until this
Yeah.
mess goes away. Mm-hmm. Good thinking.
Yep, so I honestly wasn't even paying attention to the weather. I was up there, I guess, during it or right before or something,
Wow.
getting the keys
Yeah, 'cause
and
I think it was
everything. And
about a little over a
that's
year ago
just
now.
how long it took me to gather everything up and
It's a
make
tough
the move.
move. It's, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, unless you've moved across country, whew, you don't realize.
Yeah, 5 hours isn't bad, but still, it was
Yeah,
a lot of effort.
I forget it's not that far. That's so nice.
it's not that far, but
'cause
I mean,
do
it
like
felt
that.
like it that day with the move.
Yes. Oh, I think to my town is about 13.
Oh, that's
I'd
tough.
say, and I'll do that in one trip, and it's like doable for sure. But
Oh,
it gets
yeah.
harder the more pets you add.
Mhm.
We found that out. That's like just exponentially worse.
And I don't have carriers either, so I had my 2 cats just wandering around. You
brought your cats with you, that's
Yeah,
great.
and they kind of fight for a position on my lap while I'm driving. So.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Yes, we took ours. They're both free range in the car too, and so it was like that works. This is how this is going. So you moved here 1 year ago, and did you do any more acting or performing between college and
Oh
coming
yeah,
here?
I was in a few. Right out of grad school, I got an agent in Louisville, so I got
did
plenty
you do
of
any
auditions.
psychology stuff really, or just?
Oh, I spent 5 years working with addictions.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could talk to you all day long. Oh my God, I wish we had more time even. Would you mind if we went on a quick commercial break?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Psst, psst. Hey there, I got a message for you, a little PSA, if you will, or maybe a PST. Psst, psst. Listen up. It's time to wash your hands. Yes, apparently, washing your hands is just like brushing your teeth. You gotta do it at least once a day, preferably twice a day, maybe even more. And I hear people out there saying that you need to sing your ABCs or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but I just don't feel like that's long enough when you're washing those crusty, nasty hands. Oh, you get that coronavirus. It's spreading around like a darn donkey on cocaine. So I suggest that next time you're washing your hands, I want you to say the ABCs backwards because it's one of the hardest things to do. Now try it with me now. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, A, I. Missed some letters there. H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Now, I don't want this to end up in the fact check or nothing, so let's just pretend that was correct. All right, y'all wash your hands, stay safe, ain't got no viruses out there, right? All right, thanks so much. Bye.
And we're back.
Welcome back.
We're back. I'm back here with Kelly Elizabeth McCoy. The real McCoy.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you
haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think
Are you
I
gonna ask me
ruined
how
it.
the Hatfields are doing?
Damn
next?
it! I was like mid-sentence. You're like, I take it back. It's
Fine.
awesome.
I've embraced it, and that's my website now. RealMcCoyKelly.com.
Oh, really? RealMcCoyKelly.com. Is that where we go to see like what's happening?
Oh, it's
with
gonna
you?
expire in like 2 days. I need to pay something.
Oh, shit, me too. I was about to say
But
mine
then,
expires in February.
But then yes, I just made it a few weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations! That's really exciting.
I gotta actually figure out what to do.
Nice. And so you were saying that you had actually worked in the psychology field.
Yeah,
After getting your master's for a couple years. 5 years for a couple. Yeah, the 5 years. That's oh my goodness. And so you during that time were you mostly focused on the career rather than the theater?
A little bit. I would always leave work to go to auditions with Heyman Talent. I didn't
neat.
get a bunch. There were a few commercials here and there, but not big roles. I got a few little things like on reenactment TV shows.
Oh, cool.
And there's a movie that should be coming out at some point where I actually got to meet Lou Temple from Walking Dead, the guy that played Axel with the mustache.
Oh my gosh.
And I played his wife, and I get murdered. So that was a nice relaxing day of shooting where I just laid in a bed for a while and then laid in a bed covered in blood for a while.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this when it comes out. That's
if they even show it.
Oh, yeah. I hope so. Yeah, the nature of this industry is so bizarre.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be in a bathroom of a weird home while a makeup lady took baby wipes to my ass to get the fake blood off, but there I was.
Oh man.
They had to give me a new pair of underwear because they ruined mine. It just soaked through.
Oh my God. There's jokes there that I'm not going to make.
Oh, yeah.
That's so crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, so I did a lot of little things. I got into improv. I was on about 3 different troupes before I moved up here. And that's like when I discovered how much I love improv and that I wanted to come here and do that.
What was your first experience with improv, like performing improv?
Performing, I had made it on, I guess Dinner Detective. I auditioned for that. And
oh my God, is that like the Clue type?
Yeah, I would pretend, it was so funny because I would sometimes spend a whole dinner next to these people and I would come up for a reason why I was alone. Like, yeah, I bought these tickets with my boyfriend and we broke up, but I'm not gonna waste $50. Like, I'm coming here, I'm doing the thing. And some people would get so attached to me when they found out I was an actor, they would get so mad.
Oh my God.
There was an old lady that kept looking around and trying to set me up with people. And
oh my God.
These people would get so attached to me. They're like, no, you're an actor?
That's fantastic.
I'm offended.
That's such a compliment to your skills,
I know,
though.
right?
Oh my God, you're like, thank you. Nice.
I guess that was first. And then troupe, Improv Anonymous, which was short form. So that's why I love the one-liners and the jokes and all that.
Quick. That's great.
It's where I learned my love of Sex with Me.
Yes,
I'm the reigning
Sex with Me
champion
too.
of that game back in Louisville. Yes. And then I got onto a long-form team. Project Improv, and then we formed a musical team, La La Awesome.
La La Awesome.
I did not make the name. Kurt.
Damn it, Kurt. Oh.
But, so I did all that.
Wow.
And then decided I wanted to keep doing it. And I get to the top level, so here I am.
Wow. So when you moved up here, did you have any friends in Chicago or any people that you were coming up to?
No.
Whoops-a-daisy, we're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulty. Thank you so much for your patience. We'll return to the interview in just a moment, but I thought I'd go ahead and take this opportunity to tell you about 2 amazing shows, both happening this Saturday, March 14th, which is arguably the best day of the year as it is Pi Day and it is my birthday also. These shows are at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. so that means you can make it to both. I would love for you guys to go because they're going to be hilarious and they are featuring some amazingly talented comedians. Both shows have comedians that have been featured on the Pish Tosh podcast also. The first show I'm going to tell you about is called the GoGo Show, and that's at the Lincoln Loft at 8 p.m. That's hosted by Summer Austin and Anna Lucero. Summer is a Second City teacher, and she was on my podcast. She's a wonderful, strong, amazing, hilarious comedian. This show also features Kayla Pooley, Rebecca Foss, Audrey Todd, Deshantel Kosmatka, and Chloe Michaela. I really hope I pronounced at least some of those names correctly, and I hope that you guys get a chance to see this show. Also at 10 p.m. Saturday, March 14th at the Lincoln Lodge. So we got the Lincoln Loft, and now I'm talking about the Lincoln Lodge. And this is at 10 p.m. It's the Southern Playalistic Comedy Showcase. And this is very near and dear to my heart because it's a stand-up comedy showcase that features Chicago-based comedians that are mostly from the South. And all proceeds go to benefit the Nicholas House Initiative. So it's very neat. It's hosted by MC Letzi and features Sam Selby, Avery Brooks,
Mike Hoffman, Bill Ober, Mohammed Abed, and our very own Samuel Lieberman. Woo! Go see Sam. I cannot wait to hear him do some comedy again. This Saturday, March 14th at the Lincoln Lodge, or go see Summer Austin and Anna Lucero host the GoGo show at 8 p.m. Or even better, do both. Okay, now I'm going to get back to our interview. So sorry about the interruption, and I hope you enjoy some more of Kelly McCoy. Alrighty, we've had some technical difficulties. My apologies, and fingers crossed that everything keeps working smooth, because I need to know. Can you show me? Okay, no. Right? There's some musical soundtracks that we could relate to.
Do you like Phil Collins?
Oh,
I
I
have 2
love
years
them.
apart, don't I?
Yes! Jesus, yes! Oh, the references run deep. Twixt us. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I hope it's not distracting. I'm gonna stare at the phone. But I will make sure that you listeners get all of this sweet ear candy as we eat sweet Sour Patch candy. Yes. You move up here a year ago to go to the Second City specifically?
Yeah.
Yes, hell yes. And do you do improv for actors, I assume?
I don't.
Oh, you did the improv A3?
No.
You did
I took classes in Louisville.
tap dance. Okay.
I did.
No, I don't know.
I did Improv 502, shout out.
Ooh.
And they accepted that as a program, plus all of the experience I had, like a year and a half
That
doing
makes sense.
improv.
502 sounds like a lot.
They did make me do scenic improv before
Oh, okay.
auditioning for conservatory, so I
Nice.
could get a feel about how Second City worked.
Heck yes.
And like, I didn't know you could just skip to that, so I did take A and B.
Oh, you did take A&B.
Yeah.
I didn't find out, I feel like, anything until I started going here. I feel like I'm still learning things while I'm here where I'm like, that exists?
Yeah,
Okay.
I liked A and B. It was fun. I met a lot of really good people, and it felt like, I had some people I could relate to after I moved here.
Nice.
But it also felt like they put the training wheels back on, and it was killing me.
Oh, I bet, yes. I wonder about that with Sarah, too. Sometimes,
Yeah,
some
you
of us are
teach
more
improv,
experienced, some of
and
us
then
are
you
less
come
experienced.
here.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely, that's gotta be hard. You're like, yes, I know.
Right.
Yeah, but
And
you're right, that's a nice vibe
I
to
sometimes
get.
feel like I'm getting worse, but that's only because
I've been wondering that myself.
because I was
about
just
myself.
really comfortable with my crew
Style,
back home
probably,
and stuff.
too, yeah.
We were so good working with each other, so now with new people, it's awkward.
Yes, I feel like my issue, because I'm feeling the same way. Some days I feel like I'm going the wrong direction. I feel like I get in my head too much, though, more than I might have this time last year. I wasn't doing it this time last year. I'm very new to it. This time 6 months ago, I'll say that. But at the same time, it's probably just a hump for me that you probably climbed that mountain years ago. Because it's just that, collecting data, I feel like right now for me, and I'm trying to hold all of this new information in my head and then get to the scene. So that's probably my deal or whatever. I just need to get make it more rote. And that's probably where you're at. So I mean way past where you're at. So you're like in the point now where
Oh gosh.
kind of breaking probably some habits from
Right.
doing it so much.
Right.
I would
yeah,
think like
you
just
develop your own
assuming,
habits and then coming to a new place where
absolutely.
they do everything differently. You have to
Definitely.
unlearn some things and
Yes.
then relearn them. So
Definitely.
that's what's awkward for me, I think.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, that's hard. That's hard for anybody. And see, that's why you should take my advice and just know absolutely nothing about
Right.
anything ever.
No.
Just approach everything with no
Just
information.
I'll take a daily dose of ketamine and then
That's
just
right. Yes, bath salts and just rage on the city every day. Peace
just
and love.
blank mind.
That's right.
Go for it.
Yeah, a blank mind and an open heart. That's what I say. So, yeah.
My motto, it's on my family crest.
Yeah, it's tattooed on my back. I'm just kidding. So your first class was A, and then your second class was B.
Yeah, and I took intro to TV writing
Oh, fun!
and then screenwriting at the same time. I took those.
Awesome.
So I wanted to get a little bit of the writing background as well.
Yes, that's great. Are you living here in the city? Working here in the city?
Rogers Park.
Nice. I don't know.
I live 1 block from Evanston.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, so I just got a serving job because it was
There you
flexible
go,
enough
yeah.
to, just do what I wanted to do.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. These, like, the serving jobs are where it's at when you're doing this type of work. You need that flexibility. You need to be able to get cash sometimes too,
Right.
and be able to walk away with it and go about your day.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounded really weird way to put that, but what I loved about serving is the being able to pick up shifts and,
Right.
and drop shifts.
Yeah, and
when
it's so
needed.
funny because, you know, I thought I had met, like, the craziest people working in, like, psychology and addiction. Like, people that did not want to see me had to come see me, so I was like, oh, I've met the rudest people. But then you work as a server and you're like, no, those people were being nice. Like, these are awful people.
Yes. Sorry, so deeply yes. And not all of them, but Mother's Day was always the worst.
Oh, it's the busiest day of the year.
It's the busiest day of the year, and it was so miserable. And everybody that come in, every time I would think, you're too lazy to cook for your mother? But then I wouldn't say that. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I just didn't want them there. You know, you just don't want that many people in one place ever.
Right.
And also, I'm not going to cook for my mom on Mother's Day. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't cook for anyone ever. It would be an insult. Maybe I'll cook for you when you piss me off. and then I'll cook for you. But yeah, I served for like 4 years. It's a similar trajectory too. I did the psychology, but then I ended up going into the library stuff. That was kind of what my niche was. It's like my other passion. And so it is comforting to have that for sure going into this. That does make it a little less nerve-wracking. I really feel for the people that are out here, and this is what they've gone for from the beginning, straight out of high school and everything. I couldn't have done it. I would have been a wreck.
Right.
So
I kind of wish I had done it earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted some of the experiences I had,
Yeah.
but maybe, like, just a couple years earlier.
Man, I can only imagine what you've learned, though, like, working with these, like, such diverse people in the
That's
5
probably
years
why
that
I'm
you
not
worked in there.
super anxious.
Agree.
You just learn to chill.
Yes,
At a certain
absolutely.
point, you're just like, fuck it.
Yes, and when you're, like, a witness to so much
Oh, yeah.
trauma
It's like,
and drama
my
and
situation
everything.
is not that
perspective.
anxiety-provoking.
Yes, which is awesome and invaluable. And it's the kind of perspective that you can't just buy or stumble into, Like, I feel like the stuff that you probably learned then was stuff that
It definitely
you wouldn't see every day, the average
enhanced
person.
some of the traits I already had.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
I was born an old person, and now I'm just aging into my personality.
Yes, I constantly, as everything in my life, the pendulum is constantly swinging, and I'm either like 90 years old or I'm 5, and often
That's
at
true.
the same time it's
As
so
I look
confusing.
at my dinner of Mountain Dew and Sour Patch.
I was looking at that too, and I was like,
That's my dinner.
Looks pretty good.
It's like that Kimmy Schmidt scene where she's like, I'm having candy for dinner.
Yes! Oh, I often relate to Kimmy Schmidt
yeah.
in many, many ways. Yes! Oh, I love it. Good times. So we are getting ready for rehearsals. Actually, right now, we're going to work on our monologues, our scenes, and our characters and stuff with the rest of our class. And we're gonna nail these auditions. You know what's funny?
Yes.
When this podcast comes out, I'll do some updates and stuff at the end with the reference section. We'll have already done our auditions.
Oh, man.
So I'll be able to, like, fast forward in time as I'm done speaking a month from now. I'll be able to immediately report what we made. It's making me sweat just thinking about it, and it's still a month away. I'm gonna try to soak up your, like, chillness about it and not, like, rub my anxiety off on you.
That's not all you can rub on me.
Your background. No, just kidding. Your character development background is showing. Sorry. Okay. That was awesome. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, sure.
I look forward to the next couple weeks. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we're in the third one
And
together.
You know what? If not, I've got some other stuff I can work on and
Hell
just
yeah.
try again later.
Yes, me too. Me too. And worst case scenario, you go back to psychology, I'll go back to the library. Say fuck it.
Sure.
Evil.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Wasted a year of my life.
Yep, you're here to hear, folks.
Backtrack.
You heard it here. No, we're gonna make it big. We're gonna be famous, and you're gonna be able to say it all started.
With a podcast.
Actually, I was thinking Catholic kindergarten.
Oh, yeah. I can read.
I can read. I can
All
pray.
because reading. LeVar Burton was right.
Dum dum.
take a listen. There's some confusion. Reference section.
And corrections. Oh yeah, this is the part of the show where I elaborate on some of the things we talked about. I might make some corrections, but really I would call these more like clarifications. There wasn't any major corrections. I just wanted to clarify that Kelly never took a shirt off. I said that right away, but that was, of course, I was joking. Louisville is a wonderful place, and it's just really warm and exciting, and it's more than just a slaughterhouse, is basically what I'm trying to say. I wanted to apologize about some of the background noise and the technical difficulties in this episode. There was another performer practicing in a nearby room, and we got to hear their wonderful vocals in the background. And then kind of towards the end of the show, I had some little technical difficulties. Hopefully that won't happen again, and I really appreciate Kelly for understanding. If anyone's curious about some of the references that we brought up in this episode, feel free to reach out to me, because we talked a lot about all kinds of different crazy niche things. So if there's anything you want more information about specifically, but I'm not going to bore you here. In fact, I've watched a lot of pilots, and I have a long list that I could read you, but I will not. Having said that, if there is a pilot or a show that they feel very strongly about, or that you would like me or everyone to watch, feel free to give me some feedback in whatever platform you're using to listen to this podcast. Reach out to me. Let me know what I need to watch next. Because right now I'm getting stuck real hard on Handmaid's Tale, and it's not good for me because I am very susceptible to peer pressure. And the more Handmaid's Tale that I watch, the more over-aggressively feminist I get. And I feel like if I get through the second season, I'm only about halfway through the first now, then I will be just like defecating in every urinal in Chicago, just because I feel like that would be my only option at that point. I feel like only I can make that leap, but if you're still with me. I like that Kelly and I talked a little bit about the challenges versus the rewards come from having a first career. Her first career is, psychology. She got her master's in it. It was wonderful. Worked with addiction, and I, of course, did the library science. And I very much appreciate my personal experience, and I don't have any regrets about doing library science first. But having said that, I met a 19-year-old on a film shoot recently who, this is his first, he moved actually ironically from North Carolina very recently to Chicago to work on his acting and comedy career without having a backup career. And honestly, I really admire it, and he's not in a ton of student debt. But really, I'm saying this to say that the point of this podcast is just to emphasize that a performer's journey is so unique. Each and every one of us have a completely different path, and it's so easy to get into our heads and start comparing ourselves to one another, but it's so silly and pointless because we all are going to have an entirely different experience with this. And I think the important part is just that we feel as if we're moving forward at the pace that we're comfortable with. Anyway, huge shout out to all of the graduates of the Improv A through E program at the Second City, including Corey Harris, Alan Van Natter, Nicole Perkowitz, Cynthia, and Megan. These are some wonderful people. I'm so excited that I can say that I went this past Saturday and saw them perform. I saw two graduate programs on Saturday night, March 7th, and both shows were wonderful. Everybody knocked it out of the park. You can really tell that they enjoyed the classes and they got a lot out of them. Having said that, Kelly and I are both in Conservatory Level 3. We made our auditions, where we've lived to tell the tale, and actually our first classes were last week, and just last night Kelly and I went and saw another of our classmates perform at the IO Theater. If you get a chance to go see Group Therapy at IO and see Mina Bond do some ridiculously funny character work, I highly recommend that. If you'd like to see Kelly on stage soon, she has a one-woman show at Second City called The Cinnamon Show, Filthy as Charged. And that will be May 16th and May 23rd at 10 p.m. I'll be there one or both of those days, so I'd love to see you guys come out too. Next week's guest will be Prash Sabharwal, and I am so excited because he's an improviser, he's a great friend, he's a new husband, he's a talented musician, he's just a very entertaining, down-to-earth, awesome dude. Cannot wait to introduce you guys to him next week. And as always, it's so wonderful to have the opportunity to have this platform. I appreciate anybody who gives it a listen, and I'll be talking at you guys all next Tuesday. Thanks so much.